Namaskar, my name is Chef Pal. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how Agentic AI works. We are going to implement one Agentic AI workflow from scratch using an N8N platform. The whole objective here is once we are done with this session, you are not only clear about the Agentic AI concepts, but you will start building agentic workflows to solve the real world business problems. I can assure you that. Now, before getting into the agentic AI, the first thing we need to understand how agentic AI is different from conventional automation, maybe rule based automation. How is it different from other AI aspects like generative AI? You will get answer of all these questions. So let's get started. Okay, so I have logged in into the N8N platform, and in front of you, I have created a workflow that is nothing but a simple automation workflow. Now let's understand what this automation is all about. I'll show you that I have a Google Sheet where I have certain lead informations are captured. Here it is. Now let me delete this because that's what is the outcome of this automation. So what I'm achieving here is these leads, because they have subscribed to your services or product, you want to simply send them, thanks mail. So in order to do this, what I'm doing, I have defined a trigger. Trigger means when the new leads are getting added to the sheet, then this automation will trigger. So there is a trigger. Then you have defined an action that system will pull out all the mail IDs and the names and then draft a mail and send to the respective email ID. Now, second action, once the mail is sent, I want the status to be updated in the same sheet along with the timestamp. Very simple, right? Now let's trigger and see how does that work. So I have again executed this flow and it's beautifully showing you that what exactly happening in every step. And here you can see the workflow executed successfully. Now let's go back, and here you have seen that all these I have deleted, but again it has reappeared because system has sent mail and these status got updated here. On a safer side, let's check the mail also, that whether have you received any mail or not. So yes, this is what you have. Just now it has came 0 minute ago, so no confusion. Now let's quickly revisit how automation works. User defined trigger. In our case, it is lead information gets added, and based on that, certain action will be taken like mail sent and mail status get updated. Okay, let's see how agentic AI works. So the primary difference is that here user has to define a broader goal rather than giving a detailed instruction. My use case is lead classification and further strategy. Now, based on my goal, the agent will perceive the information, it will gather the context. So here in my case, it act as lead strategist, and then it will pull all the attributes information which is available for a lead. Now the next is it will plan the actions, which means it will create steps, it will define steps for in order to achieve this plan. So steps is the first, it has to classify the leads. Second, it has to, based on the classification, it has to identify the strategy. And third, it has to store this information. Now the next is it has to, based on the plan, it has to decide the tools. So in my case, for classification and strategy, it will call the OpenAPI AI because it is best in reasoning. So I'm going to use here GPT 3.5 turbo model in my use case. Now here, even it could call more tools. For example, for any lead, I wanted to search more information from LinkedIn. So there are available tools also where which it can call. So as part of this step, whatever tools or external APIs it has to require, it will call upon here. Now the next is execution. Whatever steps above we have identified, all those things would be executed step by step. Here, one thing to be noticed, it could, as part of the objective, it could loop things unless certain condition would be met. And the next is redefine or replan. So very, very important characteristic. So once the result is coming based on the user feedback, if required, or even you could use the multi-agent strategy where one agent is giving feedback to another. So based on this, it could replan also things. And finally, you will get your final outcome. So it's really amazing tool. The point to notice here is that everything is happening without any manual intervention. So I hope that's all about agentic AI. Let's see agentic AI in action of my use case. Okay, so again back to N8N platform, and this is my agentic AI workflow. So like I have explained, it is all about lead classification and further strategy. So to achieve this, there is a first step. Here you simply has to establish a connection and allow access to N8N platform to access your Google Sheet. So you simply need to define the your account, and then you have to define the sheet name. Now once the access to your sheet is there, then this data will flow to AI agent. Now here the interesting part is you need to define in AI agent that this is the strategy which I was saying, that this is my, here as per prompt of the user message, you will define what is your broader goal, and post that you need to define the kind of outcome you are looking for. So let's say here I have defined an a specific format I'm looking for. So for this I need to use an output parser. In output parser you will again define that, let me show you output parser. So here is my output parser. So it will say that I'm looking result in this specific format. Now post that, so once the browser objective is there, it will call upon the tools. So as part of the tool, my entire classification will be taken care by OpenAI. So here again in OpenAI, you need to establish a connection of open account here using the API key. I'm using GPT 3.5 turbo model, which is here, and the output format is simply I'm expecting text here. So that's how. And then finally, once OpenAI gives the classification, it will give the strategy as part of reasoning, and then I will store all the outcome into the structured JSON format. And from this JSON output parser, this JSON will be passed upon to the again this sheet, because I want a specific field to be updated in my sheet. So here is my sheet. If you see, so here is my sheet, and I want agent to upload for against these two leads. I want lead classification to be done. I want a specific score to be generated. Of course, I want lead time to be updated when this is getting updated, and what is the strategy. So that's all my agentic AI system is. Now let's run it and see whether it works or not. So execute workflow. And I really love the way it shows the progress update. You can see the data, 2 items got updated. AI agent is updating now. 2 items are updated in via OpenAI. The three updates are there. And once these are done, again it will get updated into the structured parser, and then from there the 2 items got updated into my sheet. So let's see whether we have the outcome or not. Wow. So I have a clear cut outcome that my leads are classified as warm. There is a lead score generated based on reasoning. There's a timestamp, and there is a detailed strategy that what I should do with these leads. That this leads is classified as this, warm and score 75 because it's a fresher software developer motivated to become a scrum master, and that's where it has a more score because it has shown certain motivations. So in reasoning, these attributes contributed to increase the lead score here. So that's all about agentic AI. Now my last part is, trust me, this is one of the use case asked by one of my client, because he is one of the startup where they have a lot of leads coming in and they want certain automated system where they can classify their lead so that they can derive a right strategy and right focus on important leads. So trust me, it is one of the good thing where with a minimal effort you can design such automated workflow, and there is a good demand in the market for these workflow. One can really earn good money out of it. So I'm closing this video here, but please subscribe me if you are looking for more such videos. I also provide AI trainings. Reach out to me on this contact detail. Thank you.